I'm very excited to show you my new Ryobi RM480e battery electric riding lawn mower. I just got this mower a few days ago and finally got some sunny weather so I could take it out and try it. As you can see, it's a bit dirty because I have indeed tried it. Let me show you how it works. Okay, I'm now sitting on the mower. On the left here is a brake pedal. It works like you'd expect. To engage the parking brake, you just press the pedal all the way down and pull up on that red handle there. And on the right is the accelerator. This works more or less like the accelerator in your car. To my immediate right is the control panel. First is the mower control. You pull this up to engage the blades and push it down to turn them off. Next is the reverse mode option button, which lets you mow in reverse. The direction control switches between forward, neutral, and reverse. And there's a cruise control button, which is very useful here, and a button to turn the headlights on and off. Further back here, if I can get my camera to focus, is the battery indicator that shows the current level of charge and some other info. Next to that is the keyhole. And finally, if I can get this open, is a USB port. They have also included a slot along the side here to put your cell phone in, which is really nice. And finally, over here on the left, there's a cup holder and a mower deck height handle, which pretty much works like any other mower to select how high you want to mow. Coming around the back of the mower now, you can see the charging port, which I will demo later. If you ever need to replace the batteries, this black cover here comes off to give you access to the battery tray, which can be slid straight out the back of the mower to get to the batteries themselves. There's also a towing hitch here for pulling accessories behind the mower. And under the rear here, you can see the drive motor, and the two deck motors are hidden underneath these plastic shrouds. Now, if I lift up the seat here, you can see the safety cable and this hatch that I can open up to get to the top of the batteries. This is the battery connection right here. Now I'm going to put the key in and turn it on. When it turns on, you just hear a click and it's ready to drive. And you can see that my battery is pretty much full and I've run for 1.2 hours-ish total. Now I'll turn on the blades so you can hear what they sound like. So it's definitely loud, but it's more like a big fan than the loud engine sounds you get from a gas mower. And in my opinion, it's not loud enough to need hearing protection. I've moved over to the lawn now so we can take it for a drive. The drive motor is audible but pretty quiet. Switching into reverse, you will hear the warning beeper. When you're done mowing, just plug it into the charger. This is what the charger looks like. It could be mounted on a wall. And this is what the plug looks like that goes into the back of the mower. The plug only goes in one way, so just open up the hatch and push the plug all the way in and the light will start flashing green. the charger also has a flashing green light when the battery is charging. So that's basically how everything works. Now I'd like to tell you my thoughts about the whole thing. It's been several weeks since I shot the first video that you've seen here, and I've now had a chance to use the mower many times, so I can tell you a little bit more about it. I've been waiting for a battery electric riding mower for several years now, so I was really excited to hear that this one is available. I'm really glad that Ryobi has jumped into the market. Overall, I'm quite satisfied with this mower. As far as mowing, it performs just as well, if not better, than my comparable gas mower that I had before. It doesn't seem to get bogged down easily by lots of grass or anything like that, even when I'm mulching, which is what I always do. And the drive motor just keeps on going independently of what's happening on the deck, so even if it does slow down a little bit, the mower still keeps going without a problem. Coming from a manual transmission gas mower, the controls will take a little bit to get used to, but I did figure it out, you know. In particular, a big change for me was using a pedal to control my speed instead of setting the throttle and the gear like I did on my gas mower. But I found the cruise control is very helpful for maintaining the speed, obviously. I've been very impressed with the battery capacity. I've been able to mow for well over an hour at a time, maybe close to 2 hours. And I haven't seen a charge level below 3/4 at any time. Of course, I plug it in between every mowing, like the manual instructs. One thing I think that Ryobi made a good choice about is the type of batteries that they used here. Some people might expect a lithium-ion battery these days, but in this case, with such a large capacity, a lithium-ion battery would have added several $100s to the price, and it would have provided a substantial benefit. The main benefit of lithium-ion is the weight is less, but weight really isn't an issue with this device, so lead acid I think was a good choice for this application. And you know, in addition, lead acid batteries prefer to sit fully charged, which is usually what's going to be the status of this mower, because you plug it in and it'll charge up and it'll just sit there and be mowed for a week or whatever until you use it again. Whereas lithium-ion batteries don't like to sit at a full charge. My guess is that because of that, these batteries might actually last longer than lithium-ion batteries would if they were used in this mower. It's also nice that the batteries are under the seat. There's no motor in front, so I can see exactly where I'm going to be mowing at and make sure I don't run over things. I really like that it has a USB port and a slot for setting my phone in. It's something that I had added to my previous mower myself. It was kind of a pain, and it's really nice to have this on here so I can listen to podcasts and not have to worry about my phone discharging while I'm mowing. Now, there are a couple things that I would like to see Ryobi do better in the future. First, the drive motor. It creates a very bumpy movement at low speeds. My guess is this is because they used a DC motor. They have to move in weird ways. I'm not entirely sure about that. Perhaps they could use a motor that runs at a higher RPM and use a different gear ratio on the gearbox to improve this in the future. I don't know. Another thing that really bugs me is the way that the accelerator pedal works. There's a bit of a delay. When I press the pedal down, the mower doesn't start moving right away. It just waits a second and then starts to accelerate. I drive an electric car and it doesn't behave at all like that. It behaves like you would expect a car to drive, and I kind of expected the mower to behave that way as well. So that's a little bit irritating. I've kind of gotten used to it, but it's still very strange. A similar thing is that it won't change directions until it comes to a complete stop, if that makes sense. So when I'm in reverse, if I take my foot off the pedal and then switch it into forward, I have to wait for it to come to a complete stop with the brake or just waiting before I push the pedal to go forward. If I push the pedal to go forward before it has stopped, it will completely ignore anything I do with the pedal until I completely release the pedal and then press it again. And I find that really irritating. As a driver of an electric car, I think it would be great if the mower used the same charging connector that my car does, which is the SAE J1772. However, that is an AC connector, and this mower doesn't have an onboard charger, so I can see how that would be more difficult. So it's okay if it has an external charger and its own proprietary connector, I guess, but It would be nice if there was a standard used here. All that aside, I am quite happy with this mower. As it is the first battery electric mower available at retail, I don't expect it to be perfect. Hopefully Ryobi will take feedback and improve on future models, and maybe other manufacturers will catch on as well. If you're interested in getting one of these yourself, it's available exclusively at Home Depot and homedepot.com. I bought it online myself. So check it out there, read other reviews, and if you get one, let me know. So thanks for watching. Feel free to share my video, leave a comment below if you have any question, and I'll try to answer it. Thanks again.